In every full installation of the Microsoft Office Suite, it has an underutilized tool built in called the VBA editor. It's free. Knowing how to use this editor can greatly improve your accuracy and efficiency. One of the most common requests for the VBA editor is to divide a big worksheet Excel file into smaller files for distribution. I've done this with scorecards, dashboards, projected sales for stores, and in this case, a key talent pool report. This demo is based on a real-life task where I was requested to do this and was given a master file in this format. There were 3 or maybe more worksheets with different roles that had supervisory capabilities, and on those worksheets they had a rating system, and I was to break this down into a separate file for business unit, but in this case we're saying stores, and then have the 3 different worksheets for the 3 different types of roles. I also changed it by adding quite a few more stores. There are 250 stores, and I upped the rows of data to 20,000, over 20,000 if you add up the number of rows of data in each of these 3 worksheets. This is most often done by manually creating a new worksheet, sorting this data, cutting and pasting the data into the worksheet, adding on another worksheet, coming in here, cutting and pasting, changing the name of the worksheet, hoping that you don't misspell it, then later on saving the worksheet with the proper name, like that. A very error-prone process and time-consuming. So let's flip over, shut this, close this one, and I'll show you how the tool that I use for cutting these files into separate ones for distribution is set up. We have the names of the different supervisory roles or managerial roles. These are read into the program at the beginning when it just starts. That way, if these names change or if they add a new role, you can simply type it in underneath the last role over here. And then we'll have a master list of stores with store IDs and store names in this column. The store name could be the name of a city followed by a ID number or just the store name or address. This is done in this method right here. So as more stores are added, you can just type in the store names on the bottom, and you do not have to do any recoding over here. Now let's go to the main page and see how much time that this can save you. The key talent pool has been emailed to us, which is what happened in this case. And then we just click this, and the macro will time itself as soon as I select the master file to be cut. It first gives us 2 options, and that is if you want to append anything onto your file name. Let's call this quarter_3. And then it will ask you to select a destination folder, and you can create one right here. And we'll call this one quarter 3. and then you can select it so it appears here, and select that that's okay. That's where you want the data to be. Now we're selecting the data from the master file, and we have the master file over here. Now after I click this, it will time how long it takes. And as you can see down, as you can first see, the screen updating is turned off, so there's not a whole bunch of flashing, and rewriting the data onto the screen takes a lot of overhead, makes it run slower. The user can see that the script is progressing with the status bar down here. So, and the way that the memory is used when you're running VBA saves memory. When you cut and paste it manually, it keeps a lot of items in memory, which can cause a system crash. This most frequently happens when there's a lot of big formulas, complicated formulas in it, but the way that the VBA runs, it frees up that memory after each file is created. So right now we have created 169, or approaching 200 files being created. And if you did this process manually, you'd have to do 750 cut and paste, create 750 worksheets and type in their names, and create over 250 Excel files manually, and then properly name each of those files so they can contain the proper data. And now we are reaching the end. It's running a little bit slower because I have my screen capture on, so it'll be just 114 seconds, so a little under 2 minutes, and we click OK. Now the screen updating is back on, and we can come over here, go into Q3, and see that there was no mistake in any of these files, that the store name Store 101 contains only Store 101 data. We have all 3 worksheets. That's over 20,000 rows of data, 250 files created in just under 2 minutes. I hope you find that useful.